Hey everyone, we are live. I'm not sure. Oh, I'm not sure if the chat room will be on here or not. I haven't done Facebook Live in a while, so I have to check. Give me 1 second. Whoa. Hey, we are live. I am just doing something. Give me 1 minute. I'd rather put something else up here. Ta-da! All right. Jingle bells. Everything's trying to get done here. And my Wi-Fi is sucking as usual. All right, hold on a second. Why is this not playing? All right. Hey, Scotty. I'm not sure. I tried putting on the. I got new internet here a few months back. We're through the cable company now, and instead of we used to use another service, I don't want to talk bad about anybody. We used to use another service, and it was more Wi-Fi, and it really sucked. And this new server had been doing really good, but as of tonight, it doesn't look like it's doing that great because if you're in a chat room, let me know if you can hear me and see me, because I'm not sure if this is even still live right now because my computer's showing it's not. So if you're watching, press on the chat so I can see, or make a comment in the chat room. Tell me if you can see me or not. Because as of right now, it doesn't look like it's doing much. But yes, I was hoping to be on. Yep, still see you in here. Well, thank you, Scotty. I don't see myself. It might just be my lack of tech. Well, that's all I need to hear. I don't care if I don't see myself on there or what's going on. I got the okay from Scotty and Jax. Thank you, guys. I decided to do a Christmas show, and as you see, we decorated the studio nice today. Changed it up. The crazy stuff is, anyone that knows how I decorate at my house and that, know I go all crazy with Christmas, and I actually had leftover stuff this year, so I decorated the studio. Figured change it up a little, but and as you see, I have my trophy leg lamp. I won it in a contest. But anyone knows me, I just love Christmas. I'm very like crazy Christmas, like but I have had some people ask me, why is the show called Merry Frickin' Christmas? And the reason the show is called Merry Frickin' Christmas, I think it was 2010 or 2011 when I was doing my regular podcast, live shows and all that. I did a Christmas show. And during that time, I don't like to get political, but people back then were upset the word Christmas was offending people. So a lot of the retailers decided that Christmas year to change their signs instead of Christmas trees, Christmas ornaments. Thank you, Scotty. 2010. Christmas ornaments, stuff like that. It was all holiday trees, holiday ornaments, holiday decoration. It was all changed. And it kind of got me PO'd of, we can't say Christmas anymore. And I kind of got anyone knows I can get a little bent out of shape. I'm the easiest going person, but when people are trying to force their way on you or on me, I get a little offended. So I did a Christmas show and it's called Merry Frickin' Christmas. There's even a Christmas song called Merry Frickin' Christmas I made a video in that, which nowadays I can't play because of copyright infringements. I can't even play it on a show here because I think Facebook will mute my show then. So, but I'll put it on my page and share. But that's how the Merry Frickin' Christmas show came up, because I was pretty much like, I'm gonna frickin' say Christmas all I want. I've said it all my life since I was frickin' could say my first words. I always knew Christmas and that. So anyone that was wondering, this is why I said I changed it to Merry Frickin' Christmas Show. And because I think you should be able to say Christmas. And then I have to say, like when I see anybody out in public, I don't say Merry. I don't go, hey, Merry Frickin' Christmas. But I do say Merry Christmas to people. I tell people have an awesome Christmas, have a nice Christmas. It's just, I don't know. It just comes natural. But that's the big reason why it's called Merry Frickin' Christmas Show. And I decided we only have 3 days till Christmas. I just can't believe how fast it came up. I hope everybody is ready. If you have kids in that, I hope you guys are wrapping the presents, getting them ready for Christmas Eve to put out. But 3 days, and then only 10 days, and another decade will have passed, and we'll be in 2020. That's just crazy to say 2020. 2019 went by so fast. I can't believe how fast it went by. A good friend of mine, we've been best friends since elementary school, from Buffalo, my buddy Doug Guerin. Some of you people, if you're watching this or you see this video, from the old days of Cheektowaga and West Seneca and Depew and all those areas, they knew me and Doug were inseparable back in 30-some years later. We still hang out. Sometimes Doug visits me here. Sometimes I go up to Buffalo. But we were talking not too long ago about how fast the years seem to go by as we're getting older. And this 2019, it seemed like it just started, and then boom, it was over. And like I said, 10 days, and we'll be starting another decade, 2020. And I know a lot of people are calling for, we're going to go back to the 1920s, the roaring 20s and that. So I'm got a feeling that's going to be the big theme for the next decade. The roaring 20s will be back. There'll be tons of parties and all that going on and all that hoopla. But one thing I noticed this Christmas, for this Christmas season, is when I went out last minute shopping over to Friday and Saturday, it wasn't that crazy out. I thought it would be a little bit crazy, people banging and being disruptive. And I mean, there was a fight in the food court at my local mall. I didn't get to see it, but the store I was in, the workers were talking about it. So I guess there is still some. I haven't seen some of the chaos, I guess. I guess I was lucky enough to miss it with my shopping. But yeah, I got the last minute shopping done. I wrapped a few presents. So I hope the kids see the video and can see, I've got presents already that are wrapped so they can't sneak and see what they are. But yeah, this Christmas, I got to, last weekend, I was up in Canada visiting my awesome girlfriend, Tina. And I was hoping to get snow, but we did not. I mean, I got a little snow flurry on the last day, but it did not stick. I'm hoping, I might be going up there in January, so I'm hoping to see a little bit of snow. I have not seen any real snow in about a decade. Might even be longer than that. I think the last time I saw snow was, God, my older son, he's going to be 20 in February. I think he was like 5 or 6 when we went to Buffalo and they had like 7 feet of snow. So that's probably 15 years ago at least since I've seen real snow. But it'd be nice. Of course, I say it now until I'm actually in it and you're overrun by the snow. And it's like, oh my God, this is never going to stop. But I'm ready for Christmas. I'm excited. Even though as I get older, I'm still like a kid. I just love, I don't know, I just love Christmas. I love seeing my kids. Hey, Cheryl, how are you? Merry Christmas. Even though as the years pass, I still get excited for my kids to open their presents. The only sad thing is, I was talking with Tina about is my kids are getting older. My two youngest next year, Carter will be 16, and Ivy will be an actual teen. She'll be 13. So as they get older, they're not. I mean, they love Christmas still, but you're not buying all the little toys and all the trinkets and everything. So it's kind of one of those sad things. But Tina says if I hold out, there might be grandkids coming at some point. So that'd be kind of cool. Because as anyone, some people know, I got an older daughter, Autumn Brooke. She's 23. She'll be 24 this year. She's been married. She's been married 2 years now. Have passed. And no, this is not coffee. People that know me, I don't drink coffee. It's just water. And it is my Charlie Brown mug. It says happiness, the joy of giving. And that's what it is. The joy of giving. That's what, I don't know, I get more excited about. Not so much receiving presents, but giving presents. I know, Scotty. I'll have grandbabies soon. Soon. And if Autumn can see this video, let's get on the ball here. It's been 2 years. But yes, and as Tina said, once grandkids start popping out, I'll be running to the stores like a crazy person, buying all different toys and different little things, whatever the in thing is for their age that they're into. I'll be out shopping because I am like a super shopper. But yeah, as years go by, it gets kind of hard as the kids get older because they don't need they. I mean, it gets easy in one sense. I don't have to go running all over the place buying all these gifts, but in the other sense, it's kind of sad because I like seeing or getting the gifts. You know, hi Margie, Merry Christmas or Merry Frickin' Christmas. And I know the next couple of years I won't be having to get as many gifts. I'll be giving just more cash out, I guess. I don't know. I just like them ripping presents open and looking at, and you see their face of like, oh, holy crap, he got this. And it's like, yes. I don't know. It just, I guess because when I was a kid, I'd get so excited when I'd open something that I wasn't expecting to get or didn't think I was getting, and you open it up and you're like, holy crap, I got the freaking present that I really wanted. So I kind of get like that with the kids. I always throw them off a little bit, telling them, oh no, they sold out of that toy, or they sold out of this. And then when they open on Christmas Day, they're like, oh, you found it. Or I'm still holding on. Ivy's on that border of not believing in Santa, and I keep telling her, there's no way I'd be able to get all this stuff. Santa's got to help, you know. I'm holding on. That it's still, she holds on one more year with Santa and everything. Hey, John. John, man, I hope everything's going good with you. I haven't talked to you in a while. Hey, Mark. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, John. Merry Christmas, everybody. I just thought it's the end of the year's coming, and I just figured I'd just do an end of the year show. Tell everyone what's going on with Christmas. As you can see, the studio's ready for Christmas, and the house is crazy with Christmas. As Tina saw when she came for Thanksgiving, yes, I'm one of those people. I usually wait till the day after Thanksgiving, but everybody came to me this year to do a Thanksgiving dinner, so I decorated the house early. Had the Christmas village up with a train running through. It was awesome. I'll do some video on it right before Christmas so you guys can see the craziness of the Bob house. Instead of Clark Griswold, you got Bob Saintner's crazy Christmas here. As I was saying earlier, I know some people just got in the chat room. I had such an awesome 2019 investigating. Sometimes when you're kind of bouncing around investigating locations, you forget how many different places you were at. And Tina and I were talking about it not too long ago. And I didn't realize I investigated up in Canada a few times. I investigated in Detroit, Michigan. I investigated in Indiana. I investigated in Ohio. I investigated down here in Florida. It's like I didn't realize how many places. Oh, I was in Tennessee too at the beginning of last year. That's what I'm talking about. You forget how many different places. That's what, 5 different states and another country. It's crazy, and I got all this stuff I'm still working on. Some people don't know. Some people do know. The Paranormal Wavelength show that I started back in beginning of, I think it was 2009 or end of 2009. I started Paranormal Wavelengths, and people don't realize it's just me. I'm the only one who, everything you see Paranormal Wavelengths, the ads, the banners, the videos on the YouTube channel, that's pretty much just me. I'm really the only one who, I do the editing and putting the video together. And if I make banners for shows and that, getting guests, I do have help sometimes when I do investigation with other teams and that, like Scotty Burns here in Florida, War Party Paranormal. If they get any evidence, they share it with me to put in my video. If we've done an investigation together, I know when I'm up north, you've got Paranormal Mysteries with Jay Lynch, Teresa Lynch, Jason Arthur, Brian and David. Tina's part of that. She's part of Paranormal Mysteries. I got to investigate with them some locations. Mark, or Mark, if I screw your name up, I think it's Mark Ortiz, right? And the Mark and Marks, they're out of Detroit. I got to investigate with them. And it's just cool. Anyone that has known me over the years here, I'm one of those people, I love investigating with different teams, different investigators. I'm one of those people, I don't have the ego where I got to be I got to be the lead guy. I could be in the background. I just like watching people, what they do, their techniques, some of the cool equipment they bring out. I'm just all about, it's funny it sounds, just keep learning. And the more people you connect with and investigate with, I think you actually do learn more stuff. If you, thank you, Tina. Tina says I work so hard. Sometimes it is. Sorry, I'm getting off subject. I'll come back to the investigating with everyone. But I wouldn't have to work so hard if I had a freaking laptop, a newer laptop. The thing I work with is old. The program I do all my video editing is old. I kind of guesstimate when I edited film, because sometimes it don't render and let me see the whole thing until I actually save the whole video. So that's why I got to make it in little sections, 5-minute sections or 10-minute sections, and then edit it together so I can see if it runs smooth. That would be a nice thing. 2020, that'll be a goal, to get a new laptop and a new program. Because let me tell you, Tina knows this because I get all crazy. There's sometimes I got to do something like 10 times on this laptop because I got to re-edit it until I finally get it to where it needs to be, because I can't see it all in one shot. If I had something where I could just run through it and see it editing, it'd be phenomenal. But sorry, I got off the subject there, but just with Tina saying you work super hard. I wish I worked as people say, work smarter, not harder. That's what I'd love to do, is work smarter with a better laptop and program than work hard as I do sometimes. But back to 2019, with meeting with all these different investigators in different states, it just was just an awesome year. Some people were old friends I got to see again. Some people were new friends that the first time I investigated with them, which was awesome. And it just, like, especially, we did, oh God, we were in Detroit. We did I think it's scene. And there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 5 different teams there, or groups of people. They all kind of knew each other, but hadn't met in person. And I'm telling you, it was just awesome because there was no egos. Everyone just clicked. We rotated groups, went here, respected each other for keeping the contamination down. It was just a really awesome investigation, which I am working on some the video in that to do a YouTube show of that, because I think we did get some pretty good evidence. Because I'm working on a whole bunch of crap. I still got it to work on the Hales Bar Dam, which I know we've gotten a couple. I've caught a couple EVPs on that already with Teresa and Tina when they were doing their energy and reading, where Teresa was writing down in a book. I got some cool EVPs there. But so that's what I'm talking about. Sometimes, as people here in the chat room, some of you guys are investigators, sometimes it just doesn't feel like you have enough hours in a day to do reviewing and editing. And like most of us, we all work regular jobs. People are so surprised when I used to do paranormal conventions or paracons. People are so surprised when they say, "Oh, is this your?" Let's say Scotty's already trying to going to the prison Saturday. There's an awesome, if you guys can make it to Florida, there's an awesome abandoned prison. But a little bit south of me, it looks like it's right out of like The Walking Dead. It looks like they just abandoned the place. There's paperwork still laying around and everything. It's very cool. But it's just awesome when people work together and they leave there's no egos. I don't know, maybe it's just the people that I like to surround myself with. You know, it's just, I don't know. It's kind of part of the theme, Christmas. I know people say, "Oh, Christmas, you should be nicer," and that. I don't know why you just can't be nice year round. I'm not saying we all should be holding hands and singing Kumbaya and, doing some cult type ritual thing. I don't know. But sometimes just being nicer. And, I don't know. I kind of got off subject there. As anybody knows, I have ADHD and it bounces all around. And it's just, I'm trying to think of some other locations we were at. Energies attract. That is very true. Cheryl Carter from the chat room. That's one thing I've talked about. Tina, she's a psychic medium, and Cheryl's a psychic medium. They can get readings. They can hear messages, feel presence of energy in that. I think everyone's sensitive in a certain way. Like me, I get vibes off people, like their energy. And some people, it's not that they're a bad person or that they're negative or anything. It is my energy don't connect with them. And I won't be rude to them, but I won't open up to them. I'll be more just, "Hey, what's up?" instead of being more the chatterbox I am. This is one thing I've noticed. I was talking about my buddy Doug earlier from Buffalo and that. When he comes down or I go up north, we go out, hang out, blah, blah, blah. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's our energy that attracts people. Just people start talking to us at a bar, start hanging out with us. "Hey, what's up?" Next you know, we're sitting at a table with a bunch of people we just met. And it's just kind of cool. And I think it is about energy. Oh, there's another one. The Monroe House in Bryan, Ohio. I thought that was Indiana. The Monroe House was in Indiana, I thought. Oh, Monroe House and Bryan, Ohio. Sorry, I'm trying to read while I'm talking. But yeah, those are two more locations that we've gotten to. Yes, Scotty Burns made a comment in a thing saying she's about as sensitive as cabbage. Scotty, I'll agree with you at the beginning because I've been friends with Scotty since I think it was like late 2008, beginning of 2009. She joined Florida Ghost Team. I had just joined a little before her, and that's where we first met. And I'll admit, at the beginning, Scotty pretty much was, they called her the paracooler. She'd come into locations, and if you had negative stuff bothering you, you just brought her in the room, everything left. It was like, boom. Everything would go quiet. But I do know over the last few years here, investigating with you, Scotty, you've been getting a lot more experience and a lot more activity and that happening while you're present. Not that you're sensitive, but I don't think you're as closed off as you used to be. So maybe as you get older, Scotty, you're opening up more. But yeah, Tina just mentioned the Monroe House. That was in Indiana. That was a really weird location because it was like a maze, like going from rooms to rooms. It was it was the DR60 that her team uses. That could be, Scotty. You guys get a lot of cool things on there. But the Monroe House in Indiana, it was a really weird location because you couldn't really get your senses, your bearings, because you go one way and then you open the door and be like, hold on, do I go this way? It was just very confusing, and I don't know if that's a good thing because you open your senses more. I'm not sure. But the Monroe House, another thing is, too, the people that run it, they have Ouija boards all over the place. They have a Ouija board coffee table. And they encourage you, if you want to use the Ouija board. And I know Margie and myself used the Ouija board upstairs. We didn't get much results. And that's why I think sometimes go back to energy. Your energy, if you're putting energy into something, it helps the equipment work. Well, if you have doubts in that, like I have doubts about the Ouija board that subconsciously you're not moving your hand. You are the other person. So I kind of have my doubts about it. And I think maybe that's why it didn't move. But that's still more evidence or video reviewing I'm still trying to do. It just seems like a never-ending process, but it happens. And then, as Tina said, we were in Bryan, Ohio. That I did with Paranormal Mysteries with Jay Lynch and Teresa Lynch, Jason Arthur, Brian, David. There's a whole crap load of people there. And now we did it was like a jail police station there. And that place was really cool because that was like some weird events happened there that I couldn't explain. That's why I can't wait till, I know Paranormal Mysteries, they just released their episode 2. I'm not sure when Bryan, Ohio, if it's going to be episode 3 or 4. If Tina, you want to chime in the chat room, put the link for your YouTube channel. Very, very awesome work editing in that. The 2 episodes they have. And the cameras they have are freaking phenomenal. I don't know if they shoot in 4K, but it's very beautiful. I have not done the 101, but I have been invited, Scotty. I know I'm supposed to be going up in April with Tina and that at Ashmore's, I think it is. There's a big event going on, so I'm going to go up there and hang out with Scotty Rourke and everybody that's going to be there. Paranormal Mystery Crew. There's a whole bunch of people. That's in April. I'm not sure. I know Tina just got home from work. She has more of this information. Tina, if you have any of this information and you're listening, if you haven't fallen asleep, because she worked all day today, she worked overtime. She worked an 8-hour day on a Sunday here to get a little bit extra moolah. So she might be burned out. If not, I'll put it in this chat later to give you to let you know. But I know Jay and them have done the 101 quite a bit, and it's actually gone over really good. And you know what? I think the event is actually in April. I think it's in Indiana. I don't think it's Ohio. LEP Productions on YouTube for Paranormal Mysteries. I know it's LEP Productions, but I want to say LEP, or I want to say something else. I don't know why. But definitely, if you go to my Paranormal Wavelengths YouTube channel too, right up in Paranormal Friends, they're right there in the list. You can press on it and go right to their YouTube channel too. But they got their first 2 episodes are very cool, very well done. I like the editing, and like I said, I think they're shooting 4K because it's just crystal clear. It looks freaking phenomenal. What was I gonna say? We did the Hales Bar Dam was cool. We did that in February, and I don't know. I'm all about investigating. I don't care if it's a freaking hurricane out or something, but we investigated 2 nights. Friday night went pretty good, went by really quick. And then Saturday night, there was a bad storm that hit. And so people were kind of like, no, I don't want to really go. Some events happened on Friday night, which I understand that, especially for the psychic mediums. They were under attack by whatever was there. I understand that. But we went Saturday, and you couldn't even go on the bottom floor where the tunnels were because it was like ankle deep water in some areas already. But people went and bought, a few investigators bought some rubber boots, and we were down there investigating, but we had to call it off because the storm did. We were down in the tunnels. I can kind of hear the rain, and I knew it was getting a little bad out, but I didn't know how bad until we got up on the main floor, out in the main thing, and it was like a monsoon. This rain was coming sideways. It was lightning. It was crazy. So yeah, we had to call it a little early, but we got some cool footage of us walking the tunnels and in the water and everything, which was cool. Oh, I just got in the chat room. Jay Lynch is hosting a roundtable at the 101 on January 18th. So people definitely. Oh yeah, very true. Scotty says she knows I'll go anywhere. Yes, I've crawled underneath houses. There was an opening, and I had, geez, God, Scotty, that was like 2009, 2010 with Tammy Fife and Michelle Bauer and all that up in Jacksonville. We actually crawled in a little square opening because we were trying to find, there was a myth or legend about this house that they had tunnels to the river for the old railroad, underground railroad. So I thought maybe it was in there. So I went in, Michelle Bauer and Tammy Fife. Michelle was filming, and me and Tammy Fife were like crawling down underneath. But hey, Scotty, things don't change because when I was up in Canada, I can't say the location Tina and I were at because we were told we weren't allowed to disclose the location, but we were allowed in there. I found a freaking door. Next thing I know, I'm underneath this building, and there looks like a freaking tombstone. Someone was buried down there. And then there was roots hanging where it looked like a tombstone, and in a square around this tombstone, there was roots hanging. Not hanging like from the ground. Someone took them and took a string and hung them in a pattern around, in a square around it. And when I told Tina about it, Tina was like, "You didn't touch them, did you?" I go, "Hell no." I'm not real superstitious, but when I see something like that, I'm like, I don't know. It looks like someone put them here for a reason. I've seen enough horror movies not to pull it down because you might release something. I don't know. So, yes, even after all these years, Scotty, I'm still crawling underneath buildings. The knees crack a little bit more, but as you know this, Scotty, as the years go by, knees are cracking and other things. Tina actually said in the chat room, Scotty, that the 101 is very amazing. At some point, I'm going to get up there. And, I didn't get to say hi. I think it's Tessa. Hello, Tessa. Welcome. We are just gabbing about investigations that happened over 2019 and all the very awesome people I got to hang out with. And that's a big thing people don't realize. My Paranormal Wavelength show, some people ask me, how come you don't put your face on the banner? Because you see a lot of shows, which I don't care how they make their banners, but a lot of times whoever's the host and that, they have their picture right up front. Paranormal Wavelength's really never been about me. I wanted to be about the investigators or who I'm investigating with, the location or the group that I'm spotlighting. And of course, I'll be here and there investigating with them and hanging out. I want to be like the guy that did, he used to do that show called Dirty Jobs. I want to be like that dude. Just go places and meet people and hang out and not do the dirty job thing. I don't want to be cleaning crap that these other people do. But it's just cool meeting people and investigating and seeing the different techniques, the different process they go through to keep the contamination down, the different equipment. Like anybody knows, I've said it a million times on my shows, I don't think there's any wrong way to investigate. All I think is there's proper protocols you got to follow to keep your contamination down. But you can pretty much bring anything out you want to investigate with. I'm not going to say like, you just bring a K2 out and it lights up like my freaking Christmas lights here. That doesn't mean something paranormal is going on in the room. You got to have a little bit more other equipment back in it. Maybe, have your recorders going to get EVP, some temperature gauges, and some other things backing up the K2. Because everybody knows if you fart by a K2, you'll set that sucker off. I'm telling you. I did not know this by experience, I promise you. But I know what you're talking about, Scotty, at the prison. But yeah, you just gotta. I've had my friend Jonathan, my little French buddy that moved to Montreal, Canada. He would bring different things out. He brought dowsing rods, and I'm not a big believer of those because I think you can subconsciously, you just kind of like the Ouija board, you might not meaning to twist them yourself. But I got some cool video that's going to be done soon of him using dowsing rods. And my 15-year-old son came up with a little test idea. And if he crossed them, I think it was yes. When they went out, it was no. And the test actually worked out really cool because what we asked, or my son asked, Jonathan didn't know the answer to, and it crossed to the right answer. And I watched the video, and it's funny because his hands, for dowsing rods, you'd think your hands would have to turn in a little bit, but his hands never moved. So it was really cool evening. And Scotty Byrne and them were there that night. We were down in Fellsmere, Florida here, doing an old school. So I could go on and on about blah, 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 because I'm starting to realize how many freaking investigations we did. And it's a crazy amount of, maybe that's why I have so much stuff on my laptop to edit still and go over evidence, because there's so many different locations. But all in all, 2019 was a very awesome year. I look at things very positive. I mean, I don't. A long time ago, someone said to me they felt I was delusional, and I just looked at things through rosy-colored eyes or rosy-colored glasses because of my outlook on life. And I was like, why is it delusional that if I just try and stay positive? when something negative happens in my life, I try and look at it as not a woe's me, but I look at it as, you know what? There's people worse off than me. I've got a roof over my head. I've got power, as you can see. I've got food for me and my kids to eat. I've got a vehicle to get back and forth to work. I'm semi pretty good healthy. You know, those are the main basic things. That's why sometimes I see people on woes me on the social medias, and I feel bad for them that, you know, things balance out. I've been telling Tina this, and she's been seeing it lately. Different things balance out. You get the $100 in this hand, and then say you just happen to win $100 or something. You're like, oh, I'm $100 ahead. And then something breaks on your vehicle that's like $60. And you're like, oh, see, something bad always happens. Well, technically, it just evened out. You know? I look at it that way. I don't look at it as like, oh, of course, something bad. I'm just like, oh, sweet. I had this $100. I'm still $40 up. It only cost $60 to fix the car. I'm still $40 good, you know? So it's just, Tina tells me I'm not delusional. So I am very happy that I am not delusional with my outlook. I'm the type of person in my darkest hour, I still find hope somehow that things will work out. And so far so good. Everything has worked out to pretty good. Like I said, you can't complain if you got a house or a roof over your head and food and power, and my kids are happy. I'm happy with the kids. I got an awesome girlfriend, Tina, that understands my crazy ADHD side of me. She actually loves it. So it's one of those. It was a good year, and I hope you guys all had a good year. And if you want in the chat room, which I gotta fix something quick. Give me 1 second. This stupid. I had a mess. There we go. I had a message up in the way, and I couldn't see. I couldn't see all the messages on the chat room here. But yeah, if you got something you want to chime in, or if you have a question, chime in. We got a few more minutes, and I'll cut this because I want to ramble on for blah, blah, blah forever. But the last thing I wanted to talk about was the new year. My son Carter and I, me and him have been talking about starting our own YouTube channel up, another YouTube channel. And I was kind of like, oh, I already got my Paranormal Wavelength. He goes, Dad, you can have more than one YouTube channel. So I was like, really? He's like, yeah, we're coming up with a channel. I want to, because I haven't made the channel yet. I don't want to say the name of it yet, but it's going to be about doing reviews for movies, TV shows, video games, pretty much reviewing anything. If there's a drink people want to know about, or I don't know about food, because Tina knows I'm very particular about trying foods. And you might not want my opinion because I'll say everything sucks if it's not something I'm used to eating. But my son, he wants to do this with me, so I was like, let's do it. So starting 2020, it's not going to be no live broadcast because I don't know what's up with YouTube, but I wanted to do this live show today from YouTube, and I'm sorry, it sucked. When I did a test over there last night, then I did a test today because I thought, well, maybe it's just I shut everything out of my house. Anything that's on Wi-Fi or pulling from the bandwidth is shut down in this house. And it was crazy. When I watched a preview of it, it looked like an old freaking like Godzilla movie or one of the samurai movies. As I was talking, my mouth didn't move. It would be like, wah, 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 wah. It was so bad off. And then words would just disappear. I'd be talking, and it would chop, and I'd go to a different word, and you'd be like, what the frig? So that's why I decided to do Facebook Live. And I might do more shows on Facebook Live to promote the YouTube channels, and just make the YouTube channels all about downloading new videos, start editing all these investigations, and get them on the Paranormal Wavelengths. And my son and I doing these different reviews. He wants a video. He wants to record me doing playing video game. I play video games with him, Xbox and that. And I'll admit, as I get older, I get a little crankier, get a little crazy. Like, what the frig? Why is this game not doing He thinks it's funny. He thinks it'll be funny to video me. So I was like, all right. So we're going to be videoing, playing, testing new games out we get for Christmas. But that YouTube channel will be all about, there won't be no live broadcast. That's going to be all stuff we're going to download. And when we start it up, if you guys got something, a product or a movie or a TV show you want us to check out and review and give us your opinion, as people know, I have a lot of useless information in this head of mine of TV shows and football, and it's just music. It's like, I mean, technically not all music. As people know, I just listen to rock, old rock, classic rock, stuff like that. I don't really get into the, which my daughter let me maybe listen to last night, Lady Gaga and all that. Not that I don't like it, it's just not my thing. But when I have my 12-year-old daughter and her girlfriend in there, we're listening to Lady Gaga, Justin Bieber. It's like, oh, Lord, drive me crazy. But that's one thing we're going to be doing new in 2020. We're going to have a new YouTube channel reviewing everything. Like I said, TV shows, movies, video games, toys, whatever, products. I can review the new freaking Google mini home thing I got. It pisses me off. That's what my review will be. Because anytime I do the damn thing, I go, hey, Google. It listens to me, but then when I say something else, we cannot understand you. And if I play music on it, I'm like, Google, stop. Google, pause. Hey, Google, stop. And the goddamn music just keeps going. And I'm like, oh, Lord. It's like you see those commercials with Alexis, and people are all getting crazy because it doesn't work right. That's my Google mini home thing. I got it for free, so I guess I can't complain. My son sent me a link because I get Spotify. He goes, Dad, you can get this for free. It's a $50 item for free. Oh, hell yeah, sign me up. Yeah, drives me crazy. There's my review. Drives me. But that is what's coming up. And I know, like my friend Scotty said in the chat room, we're going to be investigating. They're going to the prison. I would love to get more footage out there. So I'll probably be going out there at some point with them. And it's just one of those things. We got a bunch of stuff coming up for investigating this next year. And hopefully I'll get the other crap done first, edited and done before we start the new stuff. Keep our fingers crossed. So it's going to be, I think, a busy 2020. I'm going to try and get to some more events, try and be guest speaker in some events like I used to, because that was a lot of fun. I love doing full panels with a whole bunch of different people on it with different opinions, but we all respect each other and let each other say their opinion or their idea without saying, you suck. We all respect each other's ideas. I just love doing panels with other investigators to get different ideas in that. So I'm going to end it here so we don't go blah, blah, blah forever. I hope everybody has an awesome Christmas. Be safe. Enjoy the time with your family. As I tell Tina and I tell other people, enjoy the moments. You never know when your time is going to be up. I mean, it's sad to say, I don't think about dying, but I do know life is, as I get older, life is becoming shorter. Just enjoy those moments, the little moments. Enjoy it with your family for Christmas and that. If there's bad things going on, put that to the side and just, I don't know, just enjoy your family, enjoy your friends and that. And you guys all have an awesome New Year's Eve. And if you're partiers and drinkers, please be responsible. Have someone drive you. Don't be drinking and driving and that. I want to see you all in the next year. And if you're in Florida here, you're in my area, and you need a ride or something, if you got my number, hit me up. Hit me up on Facebook. I will come out. I don't do stuff on New Year's Eve. I usually just hang out with the kids here, video gaming, we usually get pizzas and stuff and just hang out. I am kind of a partier, but I'm not a big drinker partier. As some people know, I don't really need alcohol to do wacky stuff. But just want everyone to be safe. I want to see y'all on the flip side in 2020 because I think it's going to be just another awesome year hanging out with everybody. So you guys all have a great Christmas, or we'll say here, a Merry Frickin' Christmas and a very Happy New Year. And I can't wait till next year to hang out with some of my peeps up north and some people I haven't seen in quite a few years. It'll be awesome to see them. So you guys all have a good night. And like I said before, almost knocked the presents over. Merry Frickin' Christmas and Happy New Year. I'm trying to end it, man. Ah, good Lord.